Hey, how y'all doing? So today we're going to talk about letting go, which is a really important concept that you need to get your head around. Whether that's if you're struggling with something and you know that you should be letting go. Letting go is always something that you should learn and train yourself to get better at. Okay, so when we think about letting go, this might be, let's just take the example of letting go of someone that maybe you like, maybe they don't like you so much. Whenever you become attached to anything, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a business idea that's just not working out for you, or it could be attached to you getting a particular role or having this kind of, particular view that you want for yourself. And it's just not working out or whatever, or maybe it's something that you really want that is just out of reach for you, right? So in all these situations, letting go is going to be a really good thing for you to learn. The first thing I always think with any kind of self-development is recognizing the problem first, and then once you recognize the problem, you can start working on it. When we think about letting go, I always think that letting go is like a skill. It's like a discipline that we can learn, right? And it's going to be really good for our own personal development. If you've ever studied any kind of spirituality, like I do with Roberto, my meditation coach, all of that is all about living in the moment, letting go of outcomes. And you'll find this is a similar concept in a lot of philosophies, right? Whether that's Buddhism, Taoism, Stoicism, they all have this kind of becoming what's called outcome independence. Becoming outcome independence relies on you becoming non-reactive to whatever happens and really focusing on what you do each day, living in the moment, focusing on how you can always give it the best. So always try and be the best that you can be. And then the other, letting go really is just accepting whatever happens as a result of that, right? But if we think about letting go of, let's say, a romantic interest, right? There's someone that we really like, and maybe that might be like someone that we're in a relationship with, it didn't work out, you end up with a breakup situation and you're heartbroken. And it's horrible to be there, right? But when you're there, the best thing you could do, the best tool that you would probably have in that scenario is to be able to let go of that situation and just accept it, which is easier said than done. It's far easier to look from the outside or listen to friends and family when you're in that dark hole to hear them saying, oh, forget about it and all this, right? That is very easy. Learning to let go properly is a discipline that you can learn. And this is what I want to get to, right? Because I think that you can learn this skill of letting go through your own self-development by becoming more aware of yourself as a person. And some of this falls into things like self-respect, self-love, all these kind of things, right? Which you might have heard of. And I also think in terms of learning the skill of letting go, I think there are two types of letting go. I think you've got like kind of a proactive letting go, which is just how you live your life day by day, intentionally. And then you've got a reactive letting go, whereas let's say that's in the situation like the breakup scenario that just comes out of the blue and you're forced to react. And in that situation, you want to reactively let go. So obviously there's a lot of content on letting go out there. You've probably watched a lot of it yourself. There's even books like, is it David Horowitz's Letting Go, the book, which is regarded as one of the best books on the market. David was responsible for doing the levels of consciousness diagram, which is really good. And this feeds into what he's trying to teach in that book is letting go proactively. So like in your general life, yes, you may have come at this through some unfortunate situation like a breakup, which has forced you to sort of come across the term letting go. You may have been told this by friends and family. You might have gone through some struggles. But when you do start to look at this, you realize what letting go is all about. It's all about being in the moment, understanding, like the Stoics say, right? Focus on what you can control. And this is it. We focus on what we can do each day, right? And then we accept it, come what may, yeah? I've had to, like if I think about my own journey, right? I've had to do this a few times, like letting go, whether that's for certain people, certain things. I've had to let go of a career. I've had to let go of people in my life, all that kind of thing, right? And there's been, for many different reasons, sometimes it's been through a breakup, right? You have to let go, right? Sometimes it's been not a breakup, but it's like I've had a situation where I've had to slow fade someone. If you know what slow fade means, I've proactively had to do that, pull myself away, because even though everything was going all right, it wasn't in line with what I thought it should have been. So I wasn't quite getting what I needed out of that. And I realised it wasn't going to change, so I had to let go. Right, so there are many different reasons, and that one, so I've had the two that I explained there. One was a reactive letting go, the other one was a proactive letting go. And the reason why, like if I think about myself, where I like let go of someone, because life is too short, right? This is the point. Sometimes you might have to let go of one person to choose something else, right? Because, you know, maybe that's choose to be alone, or someone better comes along, something like this, right? The purpose there is all because life is too short and will not hang around. Life will not wait for you. And I do believe that not making a decision is also making a decision, right? Whilst time is ticking. Time is always ticking. So not making a decision is still making a decision. So learning the skill to let go when it's not right is always going to play in your favour. So when we say it's a skill and a discipline, that is because it's an emotional decision, which is very hard. Emotions for some people are incredibly difficult, and learning to become non-reactive, as in don't take anything too personally, right? Not taking anything personally. Understanding that no one is out there to deliberately hurt you. Most people are just trying to live their lives, do the best that they can with the tools and knowledge and what they have in that current moment. So no one's really, I don't think anyone's really trying to hurt you. Yeah, you might come across the odd person that's deliberately being evil or manipulative, right? We'll always get that. But generally, even those people, it tends to be a sort of maybe an insecurity that they've got, or something that they're working on themselves, where they've got a protection mechanism where they feel that they have to manipulate or whatever, right? But in most scenarios, no one's trying to hurt you. So understanding not to take things personally. And the best way to approach letting go is having a clear vision for your life, right? Understanding who you are. I always talk about creating an identity for yourself and then going living each day according to that identity, right? So you know who you are, you know what you stand for, all your values, and then you're just being in the moment, living each day, right? And a big part of this is learning to have emotional self-control, not to take things personally, and controlling your emotions for the good of your own journey. So if you know your journey, the most powerful person is the person that knows exactly where they're going in life, right? No one can guarantee success in life. Like I said, you can't. You create the conditions for your own success and create the conditions for your own luck by doing the right things each day. So you can't control outcomes. Accepting that whatever happens is always going to be for the best, because you've put in what all you should be judging yourself on each day. Have you behaved in accordance with your identity? Are you living in accordance with your identity each day? And if you're making efforts towards your own journey, then you don't have to take things personally. You can accept things as they come and go. Yes, things like breakups, when it's something serious that you got caught out of the blue, blindsided, whatever you want to call it, is always extremely difficult. It's very painful. But I think a sign of maturity there is knowing when to accept it and when to let go, because it is the right thing to do according to your journey. So that's what I always say. There's a great term that I like to talk about a lot, which is loving without attachment. And this is what I do with Roberto a lot. So if you're going to try and love without attachment, this is loving freely, as Thich Nhat Hanh's famous quote, you want to love the other person so the other person feels free, really explains this. So you can give love freely to another person without accepting it back. Because if I do this for you, you've got to do that for me. That is it's codependent, right? Or worse, codependency includes a lot of covert contracts. These are expectations, they're not explicitly agreed or requested upon. It's almost just like an expectation. I expect this person to behave like this because I'm doing this for them. A better way to do it is just love freely, like give freely. And if you get back, great. If you don't, that's fine. Yeah. And another way is something that I came across one time is loving from a distance. So sometimes there's situations where you have to love from a distance, whether there is physical distance between you and another person, or maybe there's like the breakup scenario, unrequited love, which is another tough thing to get your head around. I think if you learn to love without attachment, I think this can be very powerful, because you can almost love someone from a distance. It's like even someone that's like treated you very badly, it's like, fine, I'll accept that bad treatment. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop loving that person, but I'm all right with it because I don't expect anything back. But the distance might be your boundaries. Like, yes, I'll love from a distance, but I've still got the boundaries, and I'm not going to accept that from that person again. I think all them things are very healthy. It's all part of letting go. Letting go is being outcome independent. It's like, yes, it's okay to give love freely, and acceptance of what is, not what you want it to be. And the only thing you can do each day is create that identity for yourself and go and live according to it. Make sure you're on your own journey and just accept all outcomes. Just to remind you, I think there are two types of letting go. You've got proactive letting go, which is like something that you can train yourself to do each day. Work on your emotional self-control, work on your self-worth and all the rest of it. Understand that you're living consciously and that no one's out to hurt you, and acceptance and all them things. This is all proactive, right? And then the other one is reactive letting go. The idea that you train yourself proactively to learn to let go is so that when a situation comes out of the blue, right, you can deal with it, and then you can reactively let go. Because that then is, when you're in a powerful position, something that always strengthens letting go, whether it's proactive or reactive letting go, is living the life that designing a life and living on your terms. That is creating an identity for yourself and then going living according to that identity each day. Living with intent, you will become indestructible. All right? So go and let go and get on with living the life that you want. All right? See you all next time.